Hi, everyone, welcome to my account. I will be discussing all anime. Mangas, Tatanippuns, wife-used voice actors and more. Today I will be talking about Overlord. It's a isekai anime. I know a lot of people don't like isekai anime, but there is some good ones out there. I will put out a list of my top 10 isekai anime I recommend you all to watch later. There was a lot that wasn't explained in the anime about what's really going on in the Overlord series, like is Satoru really Lord ainz? It might be based on theory. A lot of people says he is dead, and a lot says he really is ainz. I think Satoru got separated from his avatar ainz, and his real body in the real world died. So he got stuck in the VRF. In a way, I think there is two of him. After Yggdrasil shuts down and he suddenly got transported into the new world, Suzuki finds himself in a ruined city which he decides to explore. He finds that the city is overrun by zombies. Noting that he wasn't in Yggdrasil anymore, he senses the presence of an undead that is behaving strangely in that it intentionally runs away from him compared to the other mindless zombies. Detecting an intelligent undead nearby, Suzuki catches that particular undead who turns out to be a little girl. Suzuki guesses that she was not a player of Yggdrasil and courteously introduces himself to the child. Suzuki was hoping to convey his intention to the undead, wishing to learn what is going on from her side. The girl with great hesitation gives her name as Keno Fasrisinvern and would then bring him to her home located in the sewers. After entering Keno's base, Suzuki ends up receiving an explanation of her story regarding the fate of Inveria and how it leads to her current situation before meeting up with him. The nation had been cursed with some sort of spell turning the inhabitants into zombies, except Keno, who for some reason maintained her reasoning. The girl was fearful of him, believing him to be the powerful undead that now had taken residence in her family's castle. As she begged him to punish her and to restore the people to their original forms, Suzuki manages to calm her down by clearing up the misunderstanding the girl had towards him, and his uncanny undead appearance when compared to the other powerful undead present in the city. Seeing an opportunity arise to revert the undead phenomenon within her fallen country, Suzuki offered to help rid the city of the suspicious undead, believing it to be responsible for the tragedy of Inveria. Kano, believing if they killed the magic caster, it would return them to normal, agreed to his plan. He also reminds the girl that his plan may not prove successful, even if they destroy the enemy undead, but Kano later shows him possible solutions on undoing the phenomenon through an unknown book. Suzuki, though, was wary of the undead, as it was said to closely resemble an overlord like him. In exchange for helping Kino resolve the phenomenon, he demands from the girl that she provides him all her knowledge, along with any money or magic items she could spare. Before heading out to investigate her city, he experiments with Kano in testing out his tier spells and skills on himself, and had even the girl attacked him whenever necessary. This was done so in order for Suzuki to see if his powers are functioning properly, and if friendly fires were still in effect, as he is no longer in Yggdrasil. Before he and Keno exit the sewer, Suzuki summons Eyeball Corps to guard their base. With a sense of precaution, Suzuki's strategy was to pinpoint the location of the enemy mastermind the first time round, and launch an ambush to eliminate him quickly. He has provided Kano several Yggdrasil items for her to equip in protecting herself. He summoned forth a zombie dog and used Undeath slave sight on it, before then equipping it with Exchange Puppet. He will send the dog out to infiltrate the castle, waiting for the creature to get close enough into the castle for him to teleport and enter the area where the powerful undead is roaming nearby. He warns Kano to use the crystal in an emergency. Meanwhile, he cast buffs and divinations on himself. Before coming to the target destination, he had already kitted himself out to face a necromancer. Once he got done with the preparations, Suzuki uses greater teleportation to take him back to his memorized location. When the king's chamber was opened by the enemy undead, Suzuki immediately sprung into action by first using triplet maximize magic reality slash at it the moment it appears. Despite dispatching the undead with little effort, Suzuki realizes he had supposedly made a grave mistake for leaving Kino's side, and that the real enemy is possibly aiming for her all along rather than himself. Thinking that Kino has already been captured and being used as bait to lure him out, Suzuki uses Perfect Unknowable to hide his presence from the enemy and wait for the mastermind to make its move first. 3 minutes pass by, and Suzuki started doubting his strategy, believing that maybe the enemy was likely waiting for him to make the first move so it could respond. Realizing that he must modify his strategy, Suzuki would contact Kano with message and then change the location of the battlefield. Through that spell, he advised the girl to change her location by heading to the hiding place in the sewers. However, the call abruptly ended with Suzuki being called out by Kano for lying to her, much to his confusion, and only leads him to develop several questions in mind. Growing tired of waiting and after careful analysis of his current predicament, Suzuki cast greater teleportation and teleported to the courtyard of a house not far from where Kano was positioned at. After making sure that he was not visible from the castle, Suzuki ordered the zombie to move towards Kano's location. Upon reaching her, Suzuki Satoru quickly cast greater teleportation on himself, Kano and the dog, transporting the 3 of them back to their sewer base. He explained to Kano that although he kills the culprit, he felt that it might have been a body double or something similar. In the end, he alone decided to conduct further investigation on the slain undead. While he orders the eyeball corpse to protect Kano in the sewer, Suzuki teleported to the castle again. He conjures a powerful undead being through summon undead 10th, and then sent it there to check his surroundings and act as bait for enemy attacks. With no enemy looking to attack it, Suzuki also realizes that the vanquished undead was not as equally strong as he was, which marked the end of his 2-hour investigation. That's it, the 4 today. Thank you guys for watching part 1. Eat gang. Don't forget to like and subscribe and look out for more anime videos, part 2 of Overlord's Sato version. Will be out soon. Look forward to more Black Chidori.